Hey guys, it's Erin from Next Evolution Athletics Yoga. Today we are going to do a sequence that really is going to help open up those hips and then work on tight hamstrings. I always find that when I'm teaching yoga, people cannot get enough of hip openers and hamstrings. So for today, you need your yoga mat if you have one. If not, a great space in your house that you can do that. A yoga block is great if you have one. If not, you can absolutely use a book. Just something with a little bit of stability to it, as you are going to need this for postural support. Okay, so come to the front of your mat. You're going to have your your feet hip width apart. Okay, as you inhale, you're going to bring your hands all the way up, clasping the hands up at the top, and then exhale, hinging from the hips. So it's really important that you're hinging from your hips. So you're almost sticking your butt out, bringing your chest down, keeping the back nice and flat, coming all the way down. Okay, inhale, you're going to bring your hands onto your shins, knees, or quads, pushing the back forward, rolling those shoulders back, crown comes forward, so really pushing the top of the head towards for a nice flat back. Exhale back down to your forward fold. Okay, inhale, you're going to place those hands onto the ground, bending those knees, stepping back into a plank. So if plank is something you can't hold, you definitely can come down to your knees. When you're down into your plank, making sure you're pressing into the tippy pads of your fingers, trying to get the weight out of your wrists. Okay, ideally what I like to do is take my middle fingers and place it to the corners of my mat so that you rotate your shoulders out. Okay, so coming into a plank. So chaturanga, which is a push-up, is actually kind of a little bit more advanced. So again, you can come down to your knees or come all the way down to the ground into your chaturanga. For a little bit more advancement, a true chaturanga is only coming halfway and pulling those elbows really close to the body. Inhale, you're bringing the chest down and through, releasing the feet so that the tops of the feet, rolling the shoulders back and then looking up. So this inhale is your upward dog. Bringing your feet tucked again, hinging and lifting those hips up high to your first downward dog. So downward dog, again, is more about the chest coming towards the quads versus your heels coming to the ground. So you can kind of see with heels coming to the ground, you tend to round, bend those knees a little bit, bring that hip high to the sky, and bring those chests towards the quads, okay? This is your downward dog. Take a nice big deep breath in here. Exhale, let it go. Pedal the feet out. So pulling the heel towards the ground, the other foot lifts back and forth. Okay, so heel comes up on one side, pushes down on the other, opposite. Okay, this really starts stretching out our hamstrings, our calves, and our hips. Okay, come back to neutral. Hips are lifted. Okay, and then you're going to step, jump, or hop towards the hands. Okay, so that's our first flow. We're going to do this 2 more times. So exhale to lower. Inhale, hands are going to come into the shins, knees, or quads, really pulling that crown forward, shoulders back. Exhale to lower. Inhale, hands come out to the side, bend those knees, come all the way up to the top. Exhale to lower back down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands down to the ground, step back again to your plank. Again, easily to go onto your knees if you choose, or chaturanga down. Inhale to up dog, and then exhale, downward dog. One big breath here. Exhale, let it go. One more time, inhale, on your next exhale, step, jump, hop. Inhale to half lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale, hands up, come out to the side, all the way up. Exhale to lower. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands down to the ground, step back to plank, chaturanga or lower down. Inhale to up dog, and then inhale, exhale, downward dog. Take a nice big breath through here, and then as you exhale, bring those knees down. So you want to be into a tabletop position. So tabletop, knees are under hips, wrists are under shoulders. Spread those fingertips nice and wide. We're going to go what we call a cat-cow. So it's really a great spinal movement. Okay, so as you inhale, you're pushing to round the back, tucking the pelvis under, really pushing the scapula towards the top. As you exhale, you're dropping the belly as you tilt the hips, shoulders round, head comes up. Okay, so we're gonna do this 5 times in your own. So inhale to round, push, 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 push. Exhale, tilt those hips up, belly down, head up, shoulders back. Okay, inhale, round. Exhale, release. 2 more times at your own breath. And last time. When you're in your round, I just want to tip your shoulders forward just a little bit, and then exhale to release. Okay, going into what we call our child's pose. So our big toes are to touch. Our knees are as wide as our mat. Okay, sink your hips back and then crawl the hands forward. So at any point in time during our practice, you can come down to this pose. This is a great resting pose. So option, you can place your forehead on the mat or stack your fists, elbows out, and sink down. So this is a nice one if you have some shoulder issues. If your bum does not touch your heels, that's okay. Just try to pull that bum towards the heels as much as possible. Okay, you can bring your arms a little wider again if shoulders are an issue. Okay, taking one big breath here. Exhale, let it go. As you inhale and then you exhale, we're gonna walk our hands towards the left side. So this is a start of getting a nice stretch through the right side body. To go deeper, placing the right hand on top of the left. Exhale to release. You may start to feel a bit of a release through that left hip too. That's a good thing. If it's unbearable, just pick your hips up a little bit. Try to get the weight out of the hip, okay? Inhale back to center, cross center, and you got it. We're gonna go to the other side. So, hands out. Stack the left on the right if you wanna go deeper. Okay, and again, trying to get that bum towards the heels. Okay, this is a great resting pose. Again, a good stretch through left side body. Inhale to come to center. So bring those knees underneath the hips, come back to your fours, all fours, bringing the hands out. Again, nice, big, wide fingertips. Then placing more of the weight into the fingertips, curl those toes under, send the hips to your downward dog. All right, from here, we're gonna start opening those hips up. So taking that left leg, bringing it nice and high to the sky, okay? So here you wanna make sure that you're putting weight balance in both sides, okay? So you can definitely bend that right knee if you want. And then once you're here, squeeze that glute to try to lift that left leg as much as possible. Okay, bending the knee at 90 degrees and then tipping and opening those hips. Now your benchmark is to stack those hips one on top of the other. However, listen to your body, okay? So bringing that knee up towards the sky. Again, keeping those arms as straight as possible. Really feeling a stretch through that hip flexor. Okay, as you inhale back to center, meaning your hips are parallel to the floor, don't release the leg yet. Bringing that knee towards the chest and then placing it onto the ground, okay? So once you're into the ground, making sure you're nice and high up on your back, bracing that core, and then bringing those arms all the way up. Okay, so for your arms, here's some options. You can absolutely 100% place those hands on those hips, okay? Option 1. Option 2 is bringing the arms up overhead. You can come a little bit wider if you have shoulder issues. Now, the only thing I say is bring the shoulders away from the ears. Benchmark is actually to make sure the bicep and the ear are aligned, okay? And then drop your shoulders down. Now, front knee is gonna stack over top of the right heel. So you're into your, what we call crescent lunge, okay? So just this enough, you may get a nice stretch onto that right hip flexor. As you exhale, you're gonna lower that knee down without touching the ground. Inhale, drive through this heel, squeeze that glute up. Exhale to lower. Inhale up. Exhale to lower. Inhale up. And then one more time, exhale to lower, hold. We're gonna hold here. 3, 2, 1. Bringing your fingertips together, placing the tippy pads, and then rolling the shoulders back as you place the thumbs into what we call our sternum. Now, straighten that back leg. You can see my body's kind of into this nice power angle, okay? This is a great glute release and builder, okay? Chest is up. Now we're gonna twist our body towards this bent leg. So option 1, to stay here. Okay, keeping that chest lifted. Option 2, you can take that elbow onto the outside of the leg and then twist the body open. Option 3 is what we call opening our wings, where you're bringing those hands up. Okay, a couple more breaths here. All right, as you exhale, bringing the body back to forward, hands come down to the mat, and then you're stepping back to your downward dog. Let's pedal that out. All right, we've got the right side to go. All right, back to your downward dog. Right leg comes up high. Okay, squeeze that glute to get it higher, making sure that you're nice and balanced in your shoulders. Okay, bending the knee at 90 degrees, lift that knee towards the sky, and then you're gonna start to slowly open the hips. You can probably look underneath your armpit and see your toes. Okay, nice big opening through here. Inhale back to center, bringing that knee through, placing it in between those hands. All right, once you're sturdy and steady, ready to go, brace that core. Okay, and bring those hands back up. Again, 3 different positions you can place your hands. Okay, just like the last side, we're gonna bend that knee, not touch the floor. Inhale, this time we're squeezing this glute as we rise. So keeping the back leg really active as we go. So down, inhale up. Exhale to lower. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, we're gonna hold. 3, 2, 1. Inhale to rise. Bringing those hands to heart center. Tippy pads pushed. Roll those shoulders back. Now tilt the body forward. Again, that nice power lunge. All right. Option 1 is to stay here. Option 2, you're twisting. And again, twisting from that rib cage, sternum, not twisting from the hips. So option 1 here. Option 2, hooking the outside. Or option 3, opening what we call your wings. Okay, one more big breath through here. And then exhale to lower and release. Okay, stepping back, pedal those feet out, and then walking those hands back to your feet. As you come back, we're gonna roll all the way up, rolling those shoulders. All right, coming to the front of your mat, you're gonna place your right foot forward, left foot to the short edge of the mat. Knee is stacked. Okay, so making sure knee and ankle are stacked and that back leg is nice and strong. Again, hands can be placed on the hips, or warrior 2 arms is having them parallel to your shoulders, but dropping the shoulders down and then squeezing your scapula together. Okay, making sure that front knee is not bending in, really making sure it's aligned with that knee and keeping that back leg. Flipping both palms up. As you inhale, you're going to straighten that front leg, bringing the palms together. Exhale, you're going to exhale, bringing the arms back to your warrior 2 position and release. Inhale up. Exhale to lower. Inhale up. Exhale to lower. One last time. Inhale up. Exhale to lower. All right, flipping that front palm. We're gonna do, again, moving with your breath. As you inhale, you're just gonna bring that front palm, so keeping legs where they are, all the way back. So this is what we call a peaceful warrior. Okay, getting a nice side stretch here. So inhale, hold, and then exhale. We're doing what was called a extended side angle. So option, you can place your forearm right onto your knee. You can place it on the outside, opening that chest up, okay? And then this back arm, you're swinging down and around, so you get a nice big opener through here. So you should feel a nice stretch through here. See? So exhale, onto the side angle. Inhale, swing, back to that peaceful. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One last time each side. Inhale, and exhale. Okay, in your side angle stretch, if you want to do a little bit more of a core challenge, you can stay here or grab it like you're holding a soccer ball overhead. Twist that body open, stretching those arms, really engage that core. So when you're engaging that core, you're pulling that transverse together. So like you're putting on a tight, 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 tight pair of pants. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release, hands to hips. Now we're just gonna flip and turn your back leg to the front and your front leg to the back, okay? I'm gonna switch sides so you can see it more. All right, back to warrior 2. Again, drop the shoulders away from the ears, squeeze that scapula together. Flip both palms up. Inhale, straighten that leg up. Exhale to release. Inhale up. Exhale to release. Inhale up, stretch, stretch, stretch. Exhale to release. Inhale up. Exhale to release. Okay, remember, flipping one palm forward. As you inhale, you're coming into that peaceful warrior. And then exhale, you're bringing that arm down. Again, you can wait on here. You can open and then take that back arm side and around. Okay, nice big stretch through here. Okay, so inhale to that peaceful warrior. Exhale to that side angle stretch. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale. Okay, 2 more times. Let's go. And exhale. One last time. Inhale. And exhale. We're going to hold it here for that side angle stretch. Again, if you did that core challenge, we're holding that soccer ball overhead. Legs are where they are, nice and strong, making sure that back glute is turned on. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. Exhale to release. Hands to hips. And then come all the way up. All right, we're going to get down onto the ground. All right. So into our all fours. Okay, bringing the left foot into frame the outside of the foot. So we're going to go into our lunge position. All right, so inhale. Now you remember your knee can be over the ankle just a smidge bit. So option 1 here, you really should feel a stretch through here and through here. So hamstring, hip flexor. So option 1 is to stay here. Option 2, you can bring your hands up to your knees. Option 3, lift that chest and lean back and lean back. Lean back. Can you tell I'm a 90s girl? All right, exhale, bringing hands down, walking the hands back as you wiggle those toes forward. You want to keep those hips in line. So bring that hip from that straight leg a little bit more in line. Bring the toes up. We'll get a nice stretch through here. Now, here's the key. Lift the chest and flatten that back. This is where you can use your block, okay? If you have 2 blocks, great. Okay, exhale, walk forward into your stretch. Again, option 1, option 2, or option 3 to lean back. When you're leaning back, you're getting a really deep hip flexor stretch. Okay, exhale, hands to the ground or to your block, walking the hands back to straighten that leg out, making sure those hips are aligned, toes either look back at you. Now, if you're feeling a lot of strain and pressure through your front shins, you can point your toe. I find that releases a lot through here, but it doesn't get much into your hamstrings. When you bring the toes and curl them back to you, lifting the chest, straightening that back, that's where you feel all through the hamstring, okay? One more time forward. Option 1, 2, or 3. And then exhale to that We call these half splits. All right, inhale forward. Hands are gonna come now to the outside. You're gonna heel toe that foot to the edge of the mat, rolling to what we call the knife edge or the side edge of the foot, okay? So here you can stay on your knee. If you want a deeper challenge, you can actually curl your toes under and lift that back leg so you're actually floating. I'm gonna stay on my knee today. Okay, so option one is to just stay here. You can absolutely have a block to help you here. This can be enough. This could be just enough, okay? Remember, your toes are pointing to like 11, 10 o'clock. Okay, the other option is to take the right hand under your face. Then the left hand comes to the left knee and just like the tiniest little push and chest is lifted, okay? So that really gets deep into here. So this is actually a really great one if you're just about to do some leg work, some squats, some deadlifts. This really can open up your hips a little bit deeper, okay? And then finally the other, if you're feeling like, okay, this is super easy, I can't, you know, I need more, is what we can do is we can open and twist, okay? When you open and twist, you're really also getting into that back hip flexor. Nice big breaths through here. Okay, on your exhale, again, you're keeping your legs. This is where you're gonna get your blocks. So blocks, you can go 3 levels, 1, 2, 3, and then no block is actually on the floor. So what I want you to do is keep your legs where they are, come down to your level, and bring your forearms down. So this is where we get really deep into that adductor, into those hips. This is a great hip opener, okay? And we're gonna hold this for 5 breaths. So 1, keeping that back nice and flat. 2, really sinking into it, releasing it. Try not to hold those glutes. 3, we're letting it go. 4, and last one, 5. So you can definitely hold it here for longer, absolutely. But for today, we are going to sneak out of it. So heel toe back. Okay, swing that leg back around. You can do a little hip wiggle. Whew. Feels good. And then you guessed it, we've got the whole other side to do. Okay, so hips up. Bring the knee through and down. So this time our right foot is in between our hands, okay? Release that back foot. Okay, so option 1 is to stay here. Option 2 to come up to the knee, and option 3 is to lean back, okay? So here you can really see by leaning back how much you're getting a stretch. And then again, to deepen that, actually activate your glute, clench your glute to really get into that hip flexor, okay? Exhale, hands down to the ground. Heel toe that foot a little bit, straighten that leg. Make sure the hips are nice and aligned, back is straight, toes towards you. Big breath. Inhale, walk the hands forward, place the sole of the foot back down. Again, option 1, stay here. 2, onto the knee. 3, lean back. Lean back. Really getting a nice breath. Again, clench that glute if you want to go deeper. Okay, exhale, hands down to the ground. Lean back. Straighten that leg. Toes towards you. Chest is lifted. Back is flat. Again, when you're hinging from the hip, not rounding. And last one each side. Okay, hip flexor stretch. And then half splits. All right, walking towards. So this time you're bringing your hands onto the inside. Heel toe that foot out so it's pointing again towards that like 1, 2 o'clock. Rolling it to that edge, okay? Again, this can be option 1. You can 100% use a block to hold you up. This is an intense stretch, so listen to your body. If it is too much, back off. You will still get the benefits of stretching into these poses by leaning off just a smidge bit, and then next time you can challenge yourself to go deeper. But where injuries come from is pushing yourself in yoga and not listening to your body. So again, I repeat, listen. If it hurts, back off, okay? Option is to place the hand, a little bit of a push. And I mean a little bit, like I'm hardly touching. Okay, next option is to open, where you're gonna feel a little bit more into the QL, possibly glutes. You'll definitely feel it in your back too. Okay, we're gonna take a couple breaths through here. I'm gonna come back here. And then last but not least, let's get into our forearms. So again, if getting deep is too much, your hands may be here. Getting into your forearms may be here, or going right down to the ground. Okay, so option is to go all the way to the ground. But when you come to the ground, you can see how my back rounds. We want to keep that back nice and flat. So the name of the game is to keep the back flat as you're in this pose. So wherever you are, making sure you are flat back into the hip. Okay, a couple more breaths through here. Chest is lifted, back is flat. All right, and exhale to release. Heel toe that foot all the way in. Okay, swing that leg all the way around. Big toes to touch. And then we'll be doing what we call our child's pose. Okay, heels towards, and again, stacking if you choose. All right, last but not least, we're gonna go into pigeons. So pigeons are really great, nice deep stretch. So coming into all fours, bringing the left knee towards the left wrist, and then swinging that leg in a little bit, okay? So it really is not how straight your leg is. It's going to be where your comfort is. So if it is a 30% angle, 90% is quite intense. I can't even do there. The biggest thing is to protect your knee. So when you look back, making sure your hip, your knee, and your ankle are all aligned, okay? Inhale to lift the chest, and then you're gonna kind of sink deep into, so it is a quite intense stretch. So this may be as far as you go into your pigeon pose, okay? If you wanna get deeper, you can, what I call like Spider-Man, walk those arms, and then come into your forearms. Come down all the way to the ground for your benchmark. So here we're actually going to use this as what we call a restorative pose. So I want you to stay in here for 5 big breaths, okay? And in here, to really try not to clench anything, trying to release all the muscles. That's really where you're going to find a release, a better performance when you're not trying to hold. I know you're all strong. I know you all can hold these poses, but the biggest thing and the challenge of strength is actually to let go and to release those muscles. You will get deeper. You will get the higher range of motion and the flexibility that you're needing to perform in your activities, okay? So one more breath, and then exhale, let go. Walking those hands, if you're on the floor, all the way back, okay? Tuck that back toe under, lift the hips up, and then move that back foot back into your downward dog. This might feel really good to sway the hips a little bit. Okay, coming down to your knees again. This time, right knee towards right wrist. Bring that foot in again. It may only be a small little angle, and that's okay. Okay, again, hip, knee, ankle all need to align. Inhale, lift that chest. Okay, and then option for where you need to be. So option 1 is here. Okay, option 2, you can come down to your forearms. Okay, option 3, you can come all the way down to the ground. Again, listen to your body. Like I said, the biggest thing here is trying not to clench that muscle and trying to release and let go. Okay, so I'm going to come to my forearms. So again, we're going to do 5 breaths. So you're probably at least at 1. All right, letting it all go. Okay, these are great stretches to do at the end of your workout. I even like it before because I really find it primes a lot of those muscles and gets them kind of ready to go. Mobility is so key to get deeper into your performance training and your strength training. All right, last big breath in, breathing through your nose, and then let it all go. If you're down on the ground, walking the hands all the way up. Hands come, tuck that foot back under, lift those hips up, pedal out, And then come down to your knees. Thanks for joining. I hope hips are feeling good. Namaste. Have a great day.